It's Evangeline from Challenge Accepted. Thank you, Kat, for last week's challenge of only eating when we were hungry and not overeating. I actually found that I tend to ignore feelings of hunger and to eat less than I should. So thank you for that. A wise professor recently told me that leaders are readers. And while I like to say I have great leadership skills, I realise that I do not actively seek increasing my knowledge. So the challenge this week is for us to read more. So, whether that's a novel or a biography or an educational book, I challenge you to read 30 pages a day. By all means, read more, but the minimum is 30 pages. If we can get through that, we'd be reading, 210 pages by the end of next week. Most novels and books are around 250 to 300 pages, and on that count, we could be reading, let's see, 3 to 4 books a month, which would equate to 36 to 48 books in a year. Now I know that my knowledge would significantly increase if I read that amount. Now, a bonus challenge is that I recently found out that there are over 1 million words in the English language. Now, the average native adult English speaker knows about 20,000 of those words, and I'd be a push to say that we use even a third of that amount. So, as you are reading this week, I challenge you to look at the words that you don't know in the books that you're reading. And if you're reading books that you know every single word, I challenge you to read books that are of a different genre or a different area of expertise, so you learn other words. And with those words, I want you to use them in regular conversation. So whether that's an email to a colleague or just a conversation with a friend, let's see if we can put the things that we are learning into practice. So they are your 2 challenges this week. So read 30 pages a day, and if you'd like to, look at the words that you don't know and use them this week so that we're actually putting into practice those things that we're learning. So this week I am going to be reading Body and Soul by J.P. Moreland and Scott Ray. This was a book that a colleague of mine had recommended to me about 4 months ago, and I've been putting off reading it. So hopefully by the end of this week I will be at least 2/3 or more of the way through the book. So they're your challenge for this week, and maybe you'd like to invite a friend to do that with you. Maybe tag them in the comments below. I always find that doing it with someone else helps me actually carry out a challenge and not let me slack off when I have someone else checking up on me. So, as the professor asked me, do you want to be a good leader? And if you are already a leader, would you like to be a better leader? And if the answer to either of those questions is yes, I challenge you to read 30 pages a day. So, I guess the question really is the challenge accepted?